Imagine waking up to headlines saying AI can now do most of what office workers do, not just factory jobs or manual labor, but the work of accountants, copywriters, junior coders, analysts, and assistants, the very backbone of the middle class. You open your laptop and realize that the emails, reports, and data cleanups you did yesterday can now be handled by AI in seconds. The question hits, if this keeps accelerating, what happens to the people who spent years getting degrees for these roles? In this video, we're unpacking whether AI will actually destroy the middle class, how it threatens it, how it could help it, and what this means for your future. For decades, the tech story was simple. Machines replace low-skill, physical jobs, and humans move into safer, better-paid, brainy work. Factory roles gave way to office roles, and manual bookkeeping gave way to Excel. The promise was, learn more, move up, and you'll be fine. But AI breaks that story. For the first time, we have tools that don't just automate muscle, they automate thinking tasks. Writing, designing, summarizing, and researching. That is exactly where a huge chunk of the middle class lives. This isn't just about blue-collar automation anymore. It's a direct challenge to the knowledge economy that we were told was the ultimate safe haven. The middle class exists because there has been a massive zone of work that required skill and education, but not extreme genius. Teachers, office managers, engineers, sales reps, and junior lawyers all perform tasks that businesses need in large numbers. That zone is now in AI's crosshairs, especially the parts of those jobs that are repetitive, structured, and digital. Think about routine knowledge work, triaging emails, creating slide decks, drafting marketing copy, or answering common customer questions. AI agents can do this already. They don't take vacations, they don't get bored, and they are incredibly cheap at scale. The impact is often quiet. Companies don't always fire people overnight. Instead, they simply stop hiring. A team that once needed 5 analysts now does fine with 3+ AI tools. A call center that would have hired 200 new reps upgrades its chatbot and only hires 50. On paper, nothing dramatic happens, but in reality, fewer middle-class jobs are created, and the people still in those roles feel the squeeze of more responsibility without more pay. This leads to what economists call hollowing out. Technology tends to create demand at the top for owners and experts, and at the bottom for manual service work, while shrinking the middle. Here's the key point. AI doesn't have to do your job perfectly to hurt you. It just has to be good enough that your employer can restructure. If one human plus AI can do what 3 humans did before, your bargaining power vanishes. Even if you keep your job, the middle-class dream of steady wage growth and increasing security starts to wobble. We are seeing a shift where the average worker is no longer protected by their degree alone, as AI begins to commoditize the very skills that used to command a premium salary. However, there is an optimistic side to this story, provided we adapt. First, AI dramatically increases productivity for individuals. A single person with good AI tools can now plan campaigns, analyze data, and manage customer communication alone. This means small businesses and freelancers can compete with giant corporations. A solo creator can look like a full studio. Used this way, AI can empower a new kind of middle-class opportunity. Self-employed professionals and micro-businesses leveraging technology to punch above their weight. It lowers the barrier to entry for entrepreneurship, allowing anyone with a good idea to build a sophisticated operation without needing a massive payroll. Second, in many fields, AI acts as a co-pilot rather than a replacement. A doctor with AI support can catch rare conditions faster. A teacher can generate personalized exercises for every student. A lawyer can search case law more efficiently. In these cases, the human is still the one who understands context, ethics, and emotion. AI becomes a tool that frees them from drudgery, allowing them to focus on judgment and relationships, the parts of work that are hardest to automate. The value shifts from knowing the answer to knowing which questions to ask and how to apply the results to real-world human problems.
But whether this helps or hurts the middle class depends on who captures the gains. If AI lets a company handle twice the workload and they share that value through higher wages and better hours, the middle class grows stronger. If the savings are funneled only to executives and shareholders while staff are laid off, the middle class weakens. The technology itself doesn't decide this. Management and policy do. We have to ask ourselves if we are building a society that uses AI to liberate workers or one that uses it to further concentrate wealth at the very top. Education is another turning point. For years, the advice was, get a degree and you're safe. AI exposes how fragile that is if your degree only trained you to perform template-driven tasks. The skills that will thrive are less about memorizing and more about thinking, framing problems, communicating clearly, leading people, and making decisions amid uncertainty. The safe bet isn't a specific profession. It's your ability to keep learning and to use AI rather than compete directly with it. We need to move away from just-in-case learning to just-in-time learning, where adaptability is the most valuable asset you own. So, will AI destroy the middle class? The honest answer is that it could seriously damage it if we remain passive. If companies use AI mainly to cut labor costs and governments do little to guide the transition, we end up with a smaller middle class and more people juggling unstable work. But destruction is not inevitable. AI can also be used to create new services and industries that didn't exist before, making high-quality tools available to everyone. It could lead to a renaissance of specialized, human-centric work that we can't even imagine yet. For you personally, there are practical takeaways. First, don't anchor your future to tasks that are obviously automatable, anything highly repetitive and done entirely on a screen. Lean into the parts of your job that rely on human trust and real-world context. Second, become AI fluent. You don't need to be a programmer, but you should know how to use AI to draft, summarize, and analyze. In the future, the most valuable workers will be those who can design workflows where AI does the heavy lifting while they provide the higher-level thinking. Finally, build optionality. Middle-class stability used to mean one job for decades. In an AI world, stability comes from having multiple skills and possible income streams. Diversifying your abilities makes you harder to replace. Pay attention to the bigger picture, too. Policy matters. How we tax AI profits and update labor laws will shape whether the middle class survives. AI will almost certainly destroy the old blueprint of the middle class, but it can also lay the groundwork for a new one, built around people who are adaptable and focused on what only humans can do. If this helped you see beyond the scary headlines and into what AI really means for normal working people, hit like so more people can find it. Subscribe for more deep dives into how AI is reshaping work and money. And share this with a friend who's quietly worried their job won't exist in 10 years. AI isn't going away. The question now is whether you use it to level up or let it quietly push you out.